the sound, let us know. You can just put it in the chat and we'll do our best to make an adjustment.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.
Thank you. So everybody mute, or I'll mute you in a sec. Actually, I'll mute everybody. And then the aces. Okay, so good Shabbos. Cantor Applebaum and I and Vincent are so excited. We are actually in the sanctuary tonight. This isn't a virtual background, robes and all. And it is exactly 1 year since we did our last Friday night service in the sanctuary. I actually know that because I was in Florida for a wedding, and Rabbi Wiesenberg and Cantor Applebaum experimented with this thing called Zoom that we had never used before to do a service. So it is quite remarkable that we are here. And this really happened because we were handing out dinners and wanted to see people who were picking up their dinners and didn't have enough time to get home. But we're excited. Maybe this will be a step in a new direction. And one day you will be able to join us in the sanctuary. I know that some of you were able to pick up Shabbat dinner here, and I hope all of you are eating dinner in some form. So after services tonight, we're going to open up some rooms or some tables for you to visit with friends, and you can choose your room instead of us assigning it. And at the same time, if you would like to host a room or you've coordinated with some friends, so you make sure that you're in the same room with them, you can let me know in the chat. You can just direct message me, and I will make sure that I will label one of the rooms as such. And I love how Robin wrote, "Welcome home." It does feel like home and so wonderful. So we begin with Hine Matov, how good it is. To page 120 in Mishkan Tefillah, and we ask the Asas and the Mankins to unmute, and if they say hello, I can quickly spotlight them. I can begin the celebration for Alex and
Hello.
Emerson. B'nai Mitzvah.
Hello, Rabbi.
Hello.
Hey, family.
Hello.
Okay. One that says Alex? Nope.
Awesome. Oh,
One that says Barbara?
Want to move the candles from that one?
well, I know. I do the candles. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Unmuted? I can see the whole Jenkins family there.
They're all here. Pennsylvania imports in the back.
I know, it's pretty exciting.
Stadium seating.
You have to have a bat mitzvah to bring them home. Aces, do you want to unmute? I don't know which one was where they are. Oh, here we go. Is that the one you have your camera on?
Good. Okay.
What does it say? What does it say?
Start your video. Oh, sorry. Oh, because I have two on. All right.
Oh, did I pick the wrong one?
There you are.
Yeah.
Oh, hear my prayer. I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. You can light the candles. Oh, hear my prayer to you. And we start with Elisa.
Okay. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we be our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Let us light these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen. Okay, now you need to be standing in front of the mic. Okay, you're speaking.
Amen, v'amen, and mazel tov, and we will see you back for the Kiddush in a little while. What a great start to your B'nai Mitzvah weekend. Let us turn to page 127. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. Page 138, let's welcome Shabbat with Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Likavela, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Likavela, Shamor V'zachu, B'dibur Echad, Yishmianu, El HaMeyukad, Adonai Echad, U'Shemo Echad, L'Shem Tiferet V'Teilah, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Likavela, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Likavela, Itoreri, Itoreri, Kiva Ore, Uvi Uri, Uri Uri, Shir Daveri, Od Adonai, Laik Nigla, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Likavela, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Likavela. And now we rise to greet the Sabbath bride. Lo Shalom, Ateret Bala, Gam B'simcha, Ufsalah, Toch Emunei, Segula, Boi Chala, Boi Chala, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Likavela, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Likavela. We turn to page first 145 as we prepare for the Baruch Hu with this beautiful sentiment. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence. We continue standing as we pray the Baruch Hu on page 146. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevarach, Baruch Adonai HaMevarach, Le'olam Va'ed. Page 148. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming the day into night and distinguishing one from another. Adonai Tzivaot is your name, ever-living God. May you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. We turn the page for Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, B'shokbeinu v'kumenu, Nasiach b'chukecha, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated as we continue with the V'ahavta on page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך, ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לעוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, ואתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We turn to page 157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. And then shall we rejoice, as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Mi Chamocha, page 158. Ready?
We need a second for Pashtubi too. בוקי הים לפני משה, זה לי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. I just need to tune my guitar back down.
We turn the page as we continue with Hashkivenu and this beautiful melody, which helps us feel God protecting us as we sleep, as evening begins to fall, as we enter into a time of darkness. We especially ask for God to be with us so that when we wake up in the morning, we can experience the light and the joy. And we pray this communally, Hashkivenu, watch over all of us as we lie down in peace.
E minor. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat l'dorotam brit ha'olam. The people of Israel shall keep the Sabbath observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign, an oath between me and the people of Israel, God says. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was vayinafash, and God was refreshed, or literally resouled. God's soul was given a boost. That's what Shabbat can do for us. It can vayinafash. It can take our nefesh and give it a break so that we feel renewed. We begin our Amidah on page 164 with Adonai Tzifatai Tiftach, which is a warm-up prayer. It says, Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. And we sing that, right? It's on my sheet. Okay, we sing that several times. And when you feel ready, if you choose to stand, for those of us, you at home, you might be more comfortable sitting, so you'll rise in spirit. Or if you're getting up as a challenge, just rise in spirit. But when you feel ready, sit up a little straighter or stand up so we can all do the Amidah together.
Adonai Sfatai Tiftach. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach. Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach. Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'elam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Lerofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Baal Givurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atal HaChayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Michayei HaKol.
Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kdoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha sela. Baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Days pass and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see that wherever we gaze, the bush burns unconsumed, and we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it. Blessed is the Eternal One, the Holy God. Please be seated, and I hope you enjoyed seeing the Torah scrolls as well. Page 175.
Ritzi, Adonai Eloheinu, Be'amcha Yisrael. Ritzi, Adonai Eloheinu, Be'amcha Yisrael. Adonai Eloheinu, Be'amcha Yisrael. Ritzi, Adonai Eloheinu, Be'amcha Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai she'otecha levadecha b'yira
We turn now to the Modim, our prayer of thanksgiving. And I invite you to do two things. One, to use the chat and put something you are thankful for in. I always find it enriches my Shabbat and reminds me of things I'm thankful for when you put things in the chat. And it helps all of us to feel a sense of God's presence and a sense of gratitude. But I also want to invite you, if you are sitting with other people watching services, to turn to them and tell them something you're thankful for about them at this moment or this past week since our last Shabbat, because we can't hear you talking, so we're okay on that. Oh, thankful for the delicious dinner. Excellent. And that has been wonderful. We thank our membership committee and Jerry Poliak for organizing that. There's some the mashed potatoes. That is very specific, Brian. Very specific. And while you're writing and sharing, and while you're sharing with the people you love, I'll pray this prayer. Modim anachnu lach she'atahu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu le'olam va'ed. Tzor chayenu magen yishenu atahu ledor vador. V'kol hachayim yoducha tzela. V'chalu et shimcha be'emet ha'el yeshuatenu ve'ezratenu sela. Baruch ata Adonai hatov shimcha na'eh lehodot. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. And together we pray for peace. Page 178, Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav HaYisrael Ahamcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Ahamcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol HaShalom. 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 Shalom Rav HaYisrael Ahamcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav HaYisrael Ahamcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'enecha levarech et amcha Yisrael. 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 B'kol עת ובכל שעה. בכל עת ובכל שעה. בכל עת ובכל שעה. בשלומך. שלום רב HaYisrael
What a special peace. We continue praying for peace, and we to look inward to the peace of our souls. Can we focus on our own breath, on our own prayers, on our longings, and on listening to the still small voice within? So take these next few moments for those prayers of your neshama, of your soul.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, שלום ועל כל ישראל, עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, שלום עלינו, ועל כל, ועל כל, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל, ועל כל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ויאמרו אמן, ויאמרו אמן, ויאמרו אמן.
Can I use your music stand, Cantor?
Yes, absolutely.
I promise I won't sing. Okay. Let me move up a little bit. So this really is a joy for us to be here, and I'm looking out and I can see where you would be sitting if you were here. So I am looking forward to the day that that happens, whether we introduce it in small groups or a few more, especially as more and more people are vaccinated. Both Cantor and I have been vaccinated, and I'll be at my 2-week mark in about 10 days. I had my horrible day yesterday and feel like 100% better today. I tried to get my vaccine on a Monday so I wouldn't have to worry about Shabbat, but Suffolk County had other ideas, so it ended up happening a little later in the week. I was trying to read a direct message and talk at the same time. Never quite works. So I want you to start with closing your eyes and picturing a Jewish person. Okay, picture another one. Keep your eyes closed. and a third, and a fourth, and a fifth. And now open your eyes, and if you want to switch to gallery view for a second, picture another, and another. And now come back to speaker view because we want you to see us. How long, and that was only about 7 or 8 prompts, did it take you to picture a Jew of color? How long did it take you to picture a Jew in a wheelchair? How about an Asian Jew? How about a Jewish family with 2 dads? Just hold on to that. This week's parsha is called Vayikra, and God called. Such a strange word, Vayikra. Usually it says Vayidaber, and God said, or Vayomer, and God spoke. But in an unusual way, the book of Leviticus starts with the phrase Vayikra, and God called. When I picture someone or God or anyone calling, I picture from afar, you who, pay attention. Are you listening? I need to get your attention. I'm calling out to you. It's different than just speaking or saying. It's really there to remind us we need to listen. In the Torah, Moses needed to listen. But tonight, my message is that we need to listen. Now, we know that God works through angels on this earth. Rabbi Gelman was one of our wonderful teachers of that message. And I think those angels call out to us. Which calls are you hearing? Do you hear the calls of Asian American Jews? This week, we were reminded of the fear that Asian Americans are feeling and have been feeling over the past months. COVID-19 got connected with China. 6 Asian women were shot this week, and we join with their families and community in prayers of love and of healing for their community at this difficult time. But one of the things that really interested me is because of the shooting in Atlanta, an article appeared in the foreword, and it was written by a Taiwanese Jewish Asian obviously woman. She recently converted to Judaism and is married to an Ashkenazi Jewish man, and they have several young children. And she wrote about how she's not sure what to teach them. She knows that now they will grow up to be afraid of anti-Semitism and afraid of anti-Asian sentiment. She bravely writes that she is going to teach her children to be proud of all the parts of themselves, to be proud of their heritages, all of them. So this week, we were reminded to stand in solidarity with Asian Americans. But we also must remember that some Asian Americans are Jewish. Are we welcoming them and giving them any extra support that they need to feel included? Are we hearing their call? This call is a reminder to re-envision what a Jew looks like and make sure we're not being Ashkenormative, like that word, in our community, or we're not assuming all Jews look like us. Another call that I think it is so important that we hear is the call of differently abled people. When we hear their call, what can we learn? We tend to design for the normal, for the middle. But what if we listen to people that were outside the center? For example, When we listen to our friends who are deaf, we realize that screens could be a big help in the sanctuary. If they could have visual cues and images of the songs that are being said and the prayers that are being read, maybe with some beautiful photographs or art, their prayer experience would be enhanced. How about closed captioning? I meant to turn it on our Zoom today. We'll do that next week. So you have the option of clicking closed captioning, or you have the option of turning it off. And it's not just for people that are hearing impaired. Of course, that would be wonderful if you need to turn your sound down because other people are around, or someone's on the phone in the other room and you need to mute the computer. You can still read what's happening. Just like the screens would add to everyone's enjoyment of prayer. Broadway shows, they created the hearing loops, probably to help deaf patrons of the theater. But I know for Hamilton, we suggested to some family members that they get those loops so they caught the nuance of every single word that was said so fast in that rap style that would be harder for them to understand, and I thought they'd miss some of it. How about ramps? A long time ago, there were always steps on the curb, and then it became mandated that you needed to have wheelchair ramps or cutaways. I find those cutaways helpful, and I'm not in a wheelchair. What about the dad pushing a stroller, not having to do that thing where you lift up over the step? Or a mom dragging groceries? Even walking out of our suburban grocery stores, it's nice to have a ramp sometimes and not having to worry about steps or the curb. Or what about somebody who's temporarily disabled and has an injury? Finding all of a sudden blocks where there never were blocks before, hindrances, and to find a ramp or a cutaway makes things so much easier. So something that started by designing for the outsides can help everyone on the inside and the outside. We need to listen to what everyone needs so that everyone can feel more included. All of us had a wake-up call with quarantine. We had to stop and think about what really mattered to us. Family, technology, Wi-Fi all of a sudden became crazy important. Being able to go outside because you could walk around without a mask, or being able to move and exercise because we weren't getting that normal, even walking to the car, walking into the buildings, movement became so important. Temple Beth Torah reevaluated what was important. Was it our building and being together? Or was it creating connection? And what are new ways we could create connection? Some people wanted to go back to in-person services right away. And I wanted to do that too. But I didn't want to go back to services with masks, services with people sitting far apart, services where we were risking people's health. I would have liked to have gone back to a pre-COVID kind of service, but that wasn't an option. So we created something new. We heard a call. We switched to Zoom in about a week, maybe less. We switched the whole temple over and really didn't miss a beat. It was pretty remarkable, if not exhausting. I'm looking forward to a slightly calmer Pesach. We didn't even have the second night Seder on the calendar last year, and we added it because we knew we needed to be together. We needed to be connected. And we created lots of new ways to connect, to interact. And now we want to get rid of them, even when we are back together in person. It's nice to have a front row seat to services, to be able to hear and see and be fully present. Or it's nice to be able to turn your screen off and make dinner and eat dinner without everyone watching you chew during services, and to just hear the music, hear the words, and be part of the community in your own way. It's really fun to participate in the chat. I love that Ellen and Paul taught me just now that Broadway has special performances for autistic audiences where they don't make as much noise. But maybe there's other adaptations that can come out of that to help non-autistic people be able to enjoy the show in a new way. So how are we going to keep the intimacy when we stream our services? In addition to having a service in the sanctuary, what are we going to take away from this wake-up call that quarantine demanded of us, that COVID demanded? What will be the next step, the new normal, the new creation? In our Torah portion, we read about the Ner Tamid, usually translated the everlasting light, but more accurately translated the regular light. And it was lit every day. It took tending. It took a daily ritual of relighting every single morning. Ritual involves repetition, doing the same thing over and over again. But ritual also involves response, listening, hearing the call, and then innovating and adapting, keeping the ritual and making the changes that keep us connected to history and keep us moving forward. On a small scale, we're going to connect to TBT as it was before. We're going to learn from this call, from this moment, and we're going to innovate for the future. In our families, we're going to learn, maybe we're going to learn we didn't like running around quite so much, but our schedule is going to get back to crazy, and we're just going to carve out some family time and say, remember what it was like during quarantine? Let's have a quarantine afternoon or an evening or a week. We're going to create new rituals, and these rituals are going to need tending, just like the Ner Tamid, so they can change and evolve. So I ask you tonight, which calls do you hear? Which calls do we need to hear to create a more just and inclusive society, a more just and inclusive Temple Beth Torah, a more just and inclusive world? Yehi Ratzon. I invite you to rise in body or spirit as we turn to page 586 for the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We turn to page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. And on this Shabbat, we remember those for whom we are in the period of Shloshim, the month of mourning. Florence Harari, grandmother of Mark Harari and Bonnie Millman. Michael Berenstein, father of Len Bernstein and Felix Berenstein. Okay. Gertrude Bernstein, grandmother of Joshua Bernstein. Seymour London, brother-in-law of Mark Kleinman. Rosalie Meltzer, mother of Ellen Wasserman. And David Leader, father of Kelly Levine. And those whose yurtsites fall at this season, Arnold Cohen, Harold Corin, Phyllis Finger, Yetta Friedman, Herbert Heller, Max Cashton, Craig Kent, Goldie Landau, Rosie Lennett, Lillian Levy, Alvin M. Milrod, Samuel Perlmutter, Harvey Pobiner, Pearl Spritzer, Harry Taylor, Edward Wiederspiel, Ruth Zagan, and Melvin Zornberg. Zikronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. And Leslie Talachino and Stephen Levine. And if there are any other names of people you're saying Kaddish for, please put them in the chat as we join together. Yitzgadal v'yakadash shemei rabba, v'yamad yivrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehi shmei rabba mevorak le'olam omei omaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yipar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah. Leila min kol berchata v'shirata tushvachata v'nechemata damiran v'yama v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shlomo rabba min shemaya v'chim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav. V'ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen, amen. And now we're going to spotlight our Kiddush people again. And I'll let you kind of introduce it as I spotlight.
Okay. If you could all unmute again, like you did for the candles, that would be lovely. Oh, I see you. You're all ready to go this time. All right.
To be quiet.
You can share hers.
They're ready to go, right? Oh,
No.
and we are on page 122, 123, and Mr. Howard Mencken will get us started.
The heaven and the earth finished and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing. And God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done.
And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
And Alex, you're on.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'atzavanu b'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinkilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit.
Yom Tehillah Lemikra'e Kodesh Zecher Litziat Mitzrayim Kivanu Vaharta Ve'otanu Kidashta Mikol Ha'amim V'Shabbat Kodecha Ve'ahava Uvratzon Chinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. All right, that's a nice Kiddush cup. Where'd you get that from? Vanessa Newman is about to join you. There we are.
Mazel tov. All right, so I will start with Alex first. So Mazel tov to Elisa and Gary on the bar mitzvah of your son. And Mazel tov to Pam and Howard on the bat mitzvah of Emerson. And I'm glad that the boys are back home from Penn State for the weekend. That's great. You're all together. I'm here. I'm honored to represent the Board of Trustees to present the gifts to you all. And the both of you are off to a great start for tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that for you. So I'm here to present the gifts tonight. First, the Kiddush Cup is a gift from the Brotherhood and the Sisterhood for you to use in the future for many more simchas in your life. Then you'll get some certificates. The next one will be a certificate for a 1-year teen membership at the Suffolk JCC. They have a lot of great programming out there. Then you will have a certificate from Nifty towards a trip to Israel. So hopefully you take advantage of that. It is an incredible experience and journey to be taking. And the piece de resistance is your bar and bat mitzvah certificate for all the hard work that you've put into this incredible milestone. But remember, this is a milestone in the lifelong journey of Judaism. And I want you to remember tomorrow to take a moment to look around the sanctuary, and later on, if you have to look at all the screens from the video of everybody that is there, because they are there because they love and support you. And I know this is not the end of your commitment to Temple Beth Torah. We have a lot of teen programming out there and a lot of stuff. And Emerson, you already take advantage of some of that. And Alex, I hope to see you still involved. And Mazel Tov, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Vanessa, and a mazel tov to the Menkins and the Asa family. We are so excited about tomorrow, and we will see you at your different times tomorrow morning.
Vanessa, thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Cantor.
Thank you. And we're so excited. We have our new digital sign outside the synagogue, and your pictures will be on it tomorrow when you arrive. So we now turn to our healing prayers, and we have a special ceremony moment we'd like to incorporate before our Mishaberach as we offer prayers of healing for Lenny Bernstein. And there's a tradition when someone is suffering from an illness to change their Hebrew name as a way of mixing up the powers that be and wishing them luck and healing and good health. And often the name Chaim, or Chaya for a girl, but Chaim is added to their name. So it's a new name and a new person and a new opportunity for healing. So I bestow upon Leonard Bernstein the name Chaim Leib Ben Moshe V'Per. May this name bring with it healing. May this name bring strength and koach and refuah and ahava, love. And may this name truly lift Lenny up and allow his body to find strength for healing. And we say, Amen. In addition, we offer healing prayers for the names you are putting in the chat and for Beth Roberts, sister-in-law of Lori Levy. I think that's her last name. Mitch Gelberg, family friend of the Poliaks. Lauren Slater, sister-in-law of Linda Arnberg. Ellen Aronson, Michael Weinstein. Amy Ingber. Melissa Goodman, Rabbi Dara Lerner, Yeshua Chaim Ben Shulamit, friend of Jill Oliver, Mordechai Ben Adel, father of Lori Intrap, Mickey Plass, Marcy Pell, Doreen Penchik, mother of Cindy Kaplan, David Jablon, father of Jen Strau, Phyllis Belford, my aunt, Daniel Siegel, father of Chris Siegel. And I see there's so many more names being added. So we join in holding each of them in our hearts. A new idea that I learned is to send a text to someone you're praying for during the Mishaberach to let them know that all of Temple Beth Torah is praying for them, or that you're thinking of them at this moment. And you can be direct and say, right now, my synagogue is praying for you. Or you might just want to say, Shabbat Shalom, we're sending love, and you know that you're praying for them. What a wonderful way to connect and send healing over the miles and over our technology. Page 371, Mishabera.
Mishebeirach avotenu mekor abracha laimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishebeirach imotenu bekor abracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Amen v'amen. And we get to celebrate together as well. I know Ellen Rodas' birthday was this week, or Jerry Rodas, not Ellen. It was Jerry's birthday, so happy birthday. And George and Betty Borsak are celebrating an anniversary on Monday. Which anniversary is it?
51.
Mazal Tov. And are Randy and Mindy Zornberg here tonight? I know they had a yurt site. They had an anniversary. Stephanie and Michael Birkenfeld. I don't know if I know you got dinner, but I didn't know if you were able to join us. Let's see, Michelle and Jeffrey Morgenstern and Jennifer and Steven Spitzer both had anniversaries this week. I miss Rabbi and John have an anniversary coming up on the 27th. And I have to look at my birthday list, but Beth Silverman, I don't think I think we did bless you last week, but we'll offer more blessings. Joni Spielberg, I don't know if we got to wish you a happy birthday. Nancy will have a birthday on Monday. Oh, Gloria Mazel Tov. And then Lauren Silverman's birthday is coming up this month too. Stephen Frank, happy birthday, and happy birthday to Brian too, who I'm not sure is here. Who else? Luna Goldstein, happy birthday. Emerson, happy birthday. We will celebrate you in a big way tomorrow. And Alex Asa, also his birthday. So we have the B'nai Mitzvah falling directly on their birthdays. I want to scroll down here. Oh, yeah. Anybody else need to unmute and tell us about a birthday, anniversary? Do you need to tell us about somebody else's birthday or anniversary? Because sometimes people are shy and they need you to remind us. Megan Handelman, oh my goodness, 26. I remember when she was 2, maybe even younger than that. Pretty cool, since she was in nursery school with Ari. You got any other special? Oh, Elisa, happy birthday as well. What a big month. I guess Elisa Asa, so wonderful.
Steve Carmel's birthday.
Happy birthday, Steve. So let's have a wonderful Shehechianu for everybody who has a birthday, an anniversary, everybody who got vaccinated, everybody who's celebrating B'nai Mitzvah with us this weekend, and we'll celebrate together.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu, v'kiyamanu, v'higianu, lazman hazeh. Amen. Mazel tov.
She looks like she's carrying a box of pizza.
No, you got your dinner. This is just our book. Let me add, Vanessa, I'm going to make an announcement, but I'm going to add you to our screen. I just want to remind people that we are collecting food for the Jared Ryan Outreach Center, and we're also collecting, that's through Sunday. If you come on Monday, we'll still take the food, and there's a list on the website and your emails. And the Rudman Food Pantry is at the Mid-Island JCC, and with a special connection because Sam and Susan and their family are members of Temple Beth Torah, and it provides all kinds of food, but particularly kosher food and kosher for Passover food. We were most helpful to them by making monetary donations, so we've set up a link on the Temple Beth Torah website. And while some of the publicity says only till March 22nd, we've also, there's no fee for the second night Seder, which is amazingly on the second night of Passover, a Sunday a week. But you might want to consider making a donation that is the equivalent of the cost you would have spent on food had you been having your regular Seder crowd, or on a housewarming gift you would have brought to somebody else's Seder, to help make sure that everyone can have a happy and healthy and wonderful Passover. So Vanessa, I'll turn this over to you. I see we are missing something really important on this, so I'm going to jump in so you don't. On Sunday afternoon at 5:30, do you have that on your list? Because I don't have it on this one.
No, I don't.
There is a cooking class that we set up at 5:30. Jordan Henkel will be teaching us a Passover appetizer, John Freiberger a Passover main course or like more meatier entree, and Naomi Mandel will be sharing with us some Passover dessert. There's a schedule, and I'm not sure if it's on the website, but we're going to send it out again so that you make sure you have all the details, or you can email Rabbi Wiesenberg or me if you need a little more info. So that didn't make it on our sheet, but we're really excited. And I went to a cooking class on something else the other day, and I only made one of the 4 options, but I had such a good time, and we'll keep the chat going, and people can kibitz as well. So we hope you'll take part in that. Immediately after services, we will have several breakout rooms formed. Some are named, some people who volunteered to host a room, and then we'll have 2 other ones. So you can text a friend and say, hey, meet me in this room. Right now I have one called Robin and Michael Weiner, one called Diane Lieberman and Ronnie Pinkowitz. Where's my other one? One called Maggie Farkas, and one called Ira and Vanessa Newman. And we're particularly inviting our new members, or people who aren't sure where to go to Ira and Vanessa's room as a chance to meet each other. As you know, Vanessa is our temple president, but you are welcome in any of the rooms, and there'll be a couple extra rooms if you just want to create your own group. You don't have to stay in your room. You can flit to another room, and I'll stay in the main room to help you do that. But first, listen up to what's happening at the temple. We have a wonderful closing song. I'll give you a blessing, and then we'll open our groups.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And Rabbi, Cantor, Vincent, thank you for bringing in this incredible and beautiful Shabbat and in the sanctuary. It's just nice to see you all in there. And it was so wonderful seeing so many faces for those of you that ordered Zorn's dinner for tonight. Thank you to Jerry for organizing it all. It was so nice to start seeing some people in person. Really, really enjoyed it. Happy birthday and happy anniversary to everybody, and Mazel Tov to Alex and to Emerson. And Alex, I see your cute little puppy there. So adorable. And I hope that people are getting to see the new digital sign that we have, message board out there. Thank you to Star of David for sponsoring it, and for Howard Mankin, who was important in ordering everything and helping install it as well. You are a multi-talented person. All right, so we have something for everyone in our announcements that can satisfy your mind, body, and soul. So tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. is Torah study, followed by the B'nai Mitzvah services of Alex and Emerson. Sunday, March 21st at 10 a.m. We have the TBT Walk and Talk group, which will meet up at the library. Followed by 4:30 is the Social Action Committee, followed by 5:30, the different cooking modules, which Ira and I are looking forward to. So Rabbi said she will send that out again. Monday, March 22nd, 5:45 is Passover Storytime Experience with the nursery school. It's geared for ages 2 through 7, and there's a craft. You needed to have responded RSVP to Stacy in the nursery school. I guess if somebody has her email, you can send her and let her know. Monday at 7 p.m., we have our Board of Trustees meeting. Tuesday, March 23rd at 10 a.m., we have Jewish Tangents. Thursday, March 25th at 8 p.m., we have our virtual paint night. If you really still are interested, either message me or the clergy and we'll see what we can do about getting you registered. We had to tell the woman, I think today, how many sets we need of the wine bottles and wine glasses, but maybe we can try and help you out. Again, message myself or the clergy. Where am I? Oh, so Friday, March 26th, 10:15 a.m. is Torah Yoga. 6:30 is Shabbat services. Saturday, March 27th is the first night of Passover. Sunday, March 28th is the second night Seder on Zoom along with Congregation Lador Vador. That was really nice last year. Happy we're doing it again. Thursday, April 1st at 7 p.m. is the third golf lesson in the series with Bill Milgram, our own PGA pro golfer. Saturday, April 3rd at 9 a.m. is a Yisker Memorial Service. Friday, April 9th, 6:30 p.m. is a special Yom HaShoah service and speaker, Marilyn Shimon, featuring grandchildren of survivors. Please let us know if you are a grandchild or know a grandchild of a survivor. We would love to know that information. Monday, April 12th at 7 p.m. is ADEPT program, partnered with the Half Hollow Hills Library and New York Historical Society, brings you First Jewish Americans, Freedom and Culture in the New World. That will be on Zoom. Saturday, May 1st is Habitat for Humanity. You can contact Robin Messenger. All the spots are full, but you can be added to a wait list in case somebody last minute needs to cancel, and then we can include you. Monday, June 28th, save the date. Our biggest event, going to be in person, our golf outing at the Hamlet. All information is starting to come out now and it'll be more than golf. There'll be food, raffles, dinner. There's going to be pickleball, mahjong, swimming. And again, our own PGA golf pro, Bill Milgram, giving his pro tips. And Rabbi talked about the Social Action Collection and the Rudman Food Pantry. And I hope I didn't miss anything else. Thank you all.
No, I just thought of two things. One, though, with the cooking class, you need to register and you automatically get the shopping list when you register on our website. And I want to also tell people we are getting moving with the Synagogue Village project that we're doing with Dix Hills Jewish Center. So if you are between the ages of 60 and 80, looking for purpose and meaning and some new direction and some new friends, this could be for you. You can reach out to me or to Wendy or Jeff Nackinson and say if you'd like to be part of a focus group to help create this, or if you just want to know a little bit more about it. We are so excited about this new project. So thank you, Vanessa. Kendra's going to do the closing song. Don't go to the breakout groups. I'm not sure if they come up on your screen or not, but I want to label them. You can't go until after the blessing. Okay. Adon Olam, Hashem Alam, B'terem Kol, Tzionira, L'heit Nasa, V'chipso Kol, Azai Melech, Shemo Nigra, Ve'achari, Kiklot HaKol, Levado, Yimlok Nora, V'hu haya, v'hu hoveh, v'hu yeh, b'tifaro. Adon Olam Hashem alach b'terem kol yitzir nivra, v'et nasa b'chefso kol azay melech shemo nivra, v'achari kiklot hakol levado yimlok nora, v'hu haya v'hu hoveh v'hu yeh b'tifara. Adon Olam Hashem Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, our God and God of our mothers and fathers. Thank you for giving us ears to hear new calls, to hear and include and create together a beautiful reality. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our new members. Welcome to all of you. And give me 1 second. I'll set up these groups so we can all continue to share together. We unmute everybody to say the usual.